Hi friends, today we are going to see about cellular concepts. So, the cellular concept provides the additional radio capacity with no additional increase in the radio spectrum. In early stages, the large coverage area cannot be achieved with the help of the low power transmitter. Instead, we have to mount an tall tower which uses the high power transmitter, which causes the large power consumption. So, it is impossible to reuse the factors like the parameters such as frequency, sectorizing, etc. So, in order to overcome all those feedback, we are going for the cellular concept. It is a very good idea which calls for replacing a single high power transmitter with a low power transmitter signals. It provides a large coverage capacity which splits into and smaller areas and mounting the base station in the each small areas by assigning the channels. So the each channels are communicated by the base stations which is assigned to the different group of the channels. So the nearby base station is assigned to the different groups of the channels so that the interference is minimized between the base station communication. Then we move into the cellular concepts. So the first one in the cellular concepts is a cellular frequency reuse. So here the reuse simply explains us the frequency can be reused whenever the base station or a cell is an unused one. So in order to overcome the conjunction, and also we are segmenting the coverage area. So here we using the several carrier frequencies, not the same frequencies in the adjoining cells. So the main thing we have to consider is the adjoining cells should not contain the same frequency, and each cell size should vary from the 100 meter to up to 35 kilometer depending upon their density, geographical area and the transmitting power, etc. So here the cell is used in the hexagonal shape in order to overcome the cells overlap and also the geometries. So we are going for the cellular reuse factor. So each cellular base station is allotted a group of radio channels within the small geographical area called a cell. Here the cell simply describes a coverage area which is split up into a small group of cells. A group of cells is called as a coverage area. So the neighboring cells are assigned with the different channel groups with a different frequency range. Then keeping the interference levels with a tolerable limit. The frequency use and the frequency planning can be maintained. So now let us consider a cellular system which has the duplex channels with a total channels of S. So the each channel is allocated to the group of K channels. K is a sub channels. So we are from that we are measuring the available radio channels by S is equal to K into N, where N is the cells with a complete set of channels that is called as a cluster. So the cluster can be repeated for m number of times with the same set of frequency levels. So C is equal to mkn, which means kn is considered as a total radio channel. We are substituting the above equation in the channel capacity. So here the channel capacity is directly proportional to the number of replication of the channels. That means capital M. So the frequency reuse factor can be simply written as 1 by n. The hexagonal geometry has the 6 equidistant neighbors. So the line joining the center of any cells and each of its neighbors are separated by the multiples of 60 degree. So here it seems to have a 60 degree and 180 degree in the cell sectorizing concept. So this is a example of cells. Here the A, B, C, D, like that we are mentioning the name for the each cell. You have to notice that there is no adjoining cells having the same set of frequency. For example, this is separated by the cluster C. So likewise we have to assign the cells. Some of the advantages of using the frequency use, it solves the problem like spectral conjunction and the user capacity, and it offers a high capacity in the limited spectrum without any major technological changes. So it enables the fixed number of channels to serve an large number of users by reusing the channel throughout the coverage region, which can overcome the problems like the handoff The next one is capacity. So here the capacity expansion cellular system can be done by the three methods. These three methods are helps in improving the capacity concept. The one is cell splitting, another one is sectorizing, and another one is coverage zone concept. So cell splitting means simply we are dividing. In order to increasing the capacity, we are increasing the number of times the channel that can be reused, and by definition the new cell which have a smaller radius than the original signal cells, by installing these smaller cells are called as a microcells exiting between these cells. So there the capacity increases due to the additional number of channels per unit area. So cell splitting is like this. It is based on the two dimension. One is 120-degree sector splitting, and another one is 60-degree. And here it provides us the preserves the frequency use plan and also reduces the transmitting power. So here the transmitting power is also calculated. The only main problem it is only one main problem is different cell size will exit simultaneously. So we have to concentrate while assigning the cell size. The next one is cell splitting, and here it will be an again an example which is implemented with the example of 3 kilometer 3 cross 3. We are assigning the antenna tilting and also the cell splitting. The next one is sectorizing. So here the sectorizing decreases the co-channel interference and keeps the radius or as an unchanged one. So replacing the single omnidirectional antenna by the several directional antenna which can able to receive the information in all the directions. The next one is microcell zone concept. The antennas are placed at the outer edge of the cell, and here any channel may be assigned to any zone by the base station. So here the handoff can be done within the cell. So the no cell reassignment and switching to the different tones has done. It reduces the interference, and also the low power transmitting antennas are employed. And the next one is channel assignment. Channel assignment are of two types. One is fixed, another one is dynamic. The fixed means we have to assign the frequencies as a constant one. We can't able to change the frequency. It depends upon the environmental changes while in the movement. For example, we can consider as an handoff. While the user is at a movement, the call has been disconnected due to a hard handoff. And another one is soft handoff. Without any disturbances, the call can be continuously projected while we are in the moment, while the user is in the moment. So when the dynamic channel means the channels are not allocated to the cells permanently. It allocates the channel based on their request, based on the user request. The channel will be assigned, and which also reduces the blocking and also increases the capacity. So that's all about the channel capacity. That's all about the cellular concept and the channel capacity, how we will improve the channel capacity. So we will briefly describe this section, this topic in another section. Thank you.